Hello, I am Nimja, and this is Story Induction. This file will help you appreciate stories even more. It will help you feel drawn into those wondrous worlds woven by writers and creators. This file will help you fall deeper and deeper as you just let yourself experience the story, rather than just reading or listening. What makes it really nice to just enjoy a story without thinking about it is that it becomes easier to partake, easier to absorb the words, to let yourself fall into the phrases and enjoy that drop into the adventure as you follow into the story. And this story, as some stories go, begins a long, long time ago, with someone just like you who was very willing to listen, very curious about exploring the world of stories. And as this person, let's just say you, was trying to explore the words, reading took place. Book after book, story after story, and slowly you learned to let yourself go when listening, when reading. When you were only listening, you could just close your eyes and let the story go through you. You didn't need to think about the world outside anymore. It was much nicer to just let yourself go. And when reading, the words on the page took no effort. It was easy to just let your eyes wander over the wonders of the words spreading through your mind. Listening, reading, absorbing, taking it deep into yourself. And there were many stories, written, told, teased. Stories can be as complicated as a whole adventure, or as simple as a single event. But what makes stories truly interesting is when you go into them. When you go into the story, when you listen to the words and let them play a beautiful picture in your mind, it feels wonderful. And that picture in your mind grows clearer and clearer the more you listen. It gets deeper and deeper the more vivid the image in your mind becomes of just you sitting, reading, falling into the story deeper and deeper, listening to a story of long, long ago, of someone listening, imagining themselves reading, just long, long ago. And it feels so easy to imagine that image sitting, reading, quiet around you, easy and calm, just following along with the words without really thinking. And the more you dive into the story, the more vivid stories become. You could easily imagine yourself deeply hypnotized, following my every word without question or thought. You can imagine that beautiful horror of realizing that you're brainwashed, and that I could be an evil scientist trying to make out of you whatever I desire. Stories. There are so many different stories. They can be strange, macabre, or even beautifully simple, like imagining yourself being hypnotized by a friend because you're so stressful or so anxious. That wonderful rush when you see their hand lifting up telling you to drop, and you do so without thought. deep rush as your thoughts fade away into complete nothingness, listening to the countdown in the story. 10, you can hear me counting down. 9, you know you're going deep into trance. 8, because you're part of the story. 7, there is no escape. 6, because you're here and listening. 5, you know I'm counting down and you want me to continue. 4, feeling the draw. 3, feeling the pull. 2, feeling the warmth of falling deep. And 1, dropping as expected. You can feel your head relaxing, your neck getting limp, just like you imagined it would be, the story coming true by your imagination, and your imagination creating the story to be even more real. And the more you listen to a story, the more real it becomes, the more you let yourself embrace it and drift deep into it. The beauty is that the more you embrace the story, the more it takes you in. It's easy to just let yourself drift into that empty state where no thoughts are needed, where you let your mind be filled by the wonders of the Creator, where the writer of the story decides the moment, the place, the when, the where, the how, everything. And it's beautiful. No matter how strange, scary, or exciting, being there is beautiful. And diving into a story gets easier every time you listen, every time you read. The more you listen, the more you experience the story, the more it draws you in. And speaking of stories, this one may be coming to an end, or perhaps it's just turning the page to a new chapter. If my voice follows, you remain nice and floaty, listening more and more to the winding stories of my words. And if my voice is absent, you will easily awaken knowing that the story is finished, feeling good and refreshed. Time to turn another page.